Hey folks, Keric here and welcome back to part 18 of this Primal walkthrough on PS2.
Nearly there now, Jen. The main controls will be at the top of this tower.
Cool.
This doesn't look good.
Doubtless such an important switch will require some sort of key. Well, we'll soon find out.
You say key? You realize, Rocky, we've just got ourselves locked in here.
Oh, never mind for now. Our first priority is to get the machinery going.
Uh-oh.
And straight in at the top, a brand new #1 priority.
Right, there's a lot of things that happen in this boss battle, making it awkward, to say the least.
Jen, help me with this wheel. It will open one.
Yeah, I'm kinda busy. Scree, thanks. I'll be with you as soon as I can. In the center you have King Adaro. He will spit crap at you if you're not kind of standing on his toes. And when he does that weird kind of a green cloudy thing, it means he's stunned, so you can go and help Scree turn these. Come on, Scree.
Scree, could you give me some help here?
If you look around the room, the first one
That's a start, but we'll need to get
is the one with the two blue panels on either side. Try and keep the latest one behind you, or keep some kind of track over where you've recently been. There are quite a few around the room, as you can see, and we'll have to make our way around. You'll never have time to do both before Adaro comes out of his stun. Sorry, you won't have time to do two. You'll have plenty of time to make your way around the room towards the switch that you need to use. Do try and keep the previous one to your back so you know at least roughly where you're going. It gets really confusing if you're having to swim around the room. Also makes life a hell of a lot harder. Adaro will spit at you if you take too long. The best way to avoid that really is to swim down and come at him from beneath. The first part of his health bar, the first half really, he'll pretty much just do normal attacks on you. Once he's down to about half health, he blocks a significant portion of your attacks. Really, I found that the best way to deal with it was just to wait a second, let him come out of block mode, and then hit him a few times until he goes back in again. It only takes him a second. I did find, as you tell here, that I wasn't able to drain any energy from Scree, so all of the energy stones beneath us are kind of useless for this battle. You will be able to use them afterwards, but since it's the end of the world, it's kind of a pointless exercise. That's some of the ink that he's spit in our direction. Try and avoid it. It hurts like a bugger. Again, I'm trying to keep all of those controllers off in a direction that I know of. So the next one will be off towards the right. If you lose track, you do have a significant amount of time. Too much space is going to start spitting. Come on, down you go. Like I said, if you do leave it too long, you will have to swim around a bit. And Scree's not exactly the easiest to spot next to the grey of the walkway. So good map awareness pretty much is key to this boss. Fighting him himself is pretty much a breeze. I'm just going to try and keep this one to my back so I know where I'm going. And take a ink ball to the face for my woes. For my troubles, I suppose. And after that, it's pretty much a case of rinse and repeat. Take Adaro down as quickly as you can. Hardly challenging. And open up the next controller. There we go. Just a couple more left, and we'll be able to carry on. I think this might be the last one actually. I can see the one with the blue wings either side that we started on. This is the main problem with this boss. That kind of a weird I'm fighting on my side sort of thing that happens in underwater sections. I get turned around really easily. Fortunately, I luck out and manage to find Scree straight away. So there we go.
I think that's it.
All of the controllers are now active. All that's left really is to take care of Adaro. One final time, and we can move on. It's exactly the same mechanics as you've been using for the whole fight, basically. The only difference being at the end you'll need to press both buttons to do a finisher. Other than that, just do exactly what you have been doing, and pretty soon he'll go down.
Well done, Jan! I must say, you really did
Beat the crap out of him?
Oh, Jan.
fight with great distinction.
Uh-huh.
Ah, yes, here.
Guess I just killed the sheriff.
It's the undying key. This will get the machinery started.
And get us out of here, I hope. No. No.
Okay, so Adaro down. We've got the key. Nothing more to do. Fantastic feeling. Coming out of the water for the last time. Switching form for the last time. I can't tell you how good that feels. But don't let your excitement overcome you. There is one more small detail to be done before we leave this world. Which is a final tarot card up at the top. And it's a really easy one to miss. You'll see why in a second. Just make sure you pick it up before you leave. Because there's no coming back. And that's something you should be happy about. This world sucks big time. Why the hell would you want to come back? You just keep making your way up. And about halfway up, you'll come across this summoning stone. And you'll want to pull out Scree. I nearly said pull off Scree. That would be an entirely different video. Once you've done that, switch over. And take Scree up the rest of the way. You of course can climb up these walls, which Jen can't. And once you make it to the top, up this final ladder, you'll come to a circular room. The switch to finish off this part of the game is directly in front of you, but don't use it. It'll set off the final cutscene, and you don't want to do that just yet because of the final card. So ignore it and run round the back. And there we go. Final tarot card for this section 2, which is the Lovers and represents Jen and Lewis in game. And once we have that, We can finally say goodbye to Aquis. None too soon.
That's it, Rocky boy. We've done it.
Even Jen shares my excitement.
Oh yes, the motor's working will be music to Aino's ears.
Don't think we Undyne have ears.
Soon the waters will be pure again, and Undyne life will return to normal.
For the survivors it will. But we haven't seen too many of them.
Jen, Scree, there are more survivors than you imagine. You can hear a signal to your people telling them it is safe to return to the lagoon. Many had fled to secret waters, which are full of different perils. Not all will have escaped those dangers, but most will return safely.
That's great, Aino. Really great. I'm only sorry your husband had to... that he had to die for all this to come right. I'm sorry.
He died long ago, when the affliction first came on. It wasn't my Adaro that you killed. All you should feel now is pride. We have everything to thank you for.
It has been an honor.
I hope you may return to our kingdom one day.
I'd like that. Goodbye, Queen Aino.
And there you have it. Aquis vanquished. Finished. Put in a box, never to be spoken of again. Quick trip through the portal back to the Nexus. And we have yet another cutscene coming up. This time we'll be having a conversation with Arella. It shows us just how to own someone in an argument. Enjoy.
Jennifer, Scree, you have both done much to commend yourselves.
Hey, no problem.
Thank you.
Do you believe me now, Jennifer? That Abaddon is a danger to these realms, and that he and his agents must certainly be stopped.
Oh, he's bad news, Arella. I see that. But it's cool. He tried to mess up Solum and Aquis, and me and the big guy here just cruised on in and made things right. You know, end a problem.
I wish it were that easy, Jennifer. But there are more far-reaching repercussions of these disturbances. Each of these imbalances allow the armies of chaos to grow and spread.
Oh, here we go.
You are far from the end of your journey, Jennifer.
No, I can't keep bailing you guys out, okay? I got my own priorities. I need to find Lewis and get back home. Look, I've helped you plenty now, Arella, and I don't mind cause I like you, but for me, this is the end of the line.
Jen, I'm sure that...
Hold on, mister, cause I'm talking to you too. And I mean back there. Yeah, okay. I know you did the right thing in the end, but without me, you were gonna put that guy through the blender. Victory at all costs. And then shouting at me not being ready to make sacrifices. Well, I'm telling you, I've made enough.
No, Jen, no, that's not what I was saying. It wasn't about you.
And while I'm at it, Arella, don't you think, as the so-called leader of the forces of order, that you've been just a little bit negligent? Or was it part of your plan that the fate of the world end up in the hands of an overgrown garden gnome and a goddamn waitress?
Jennifer, Scree deserves better than to be talked to like that.
Whatever, I've had it.
What do you know about your parents, Jennifer?
What?
You never knew them, did you?
How do you know that?
You are a hybrid, Jennifer. Half mortal, half demon. One of only two in all existence. And to me, That makes you more important than an army of demons. Did you think it was just those trinkets on your arms that allowed you to change form? You have powers even Abaddon does not fully comprehend. You can go anywhere, do things that Belazor could not if he had a millennium. The laws of the Nexus are yours to break. And Lewis is the same.
You're lying.
I had an army once, Jennifer. Just after you were born, I lost it all in a battle to wrest 2 infants away from Abaddon. Only my general, bravest and strongest of my warriors, escaped the slaughter, and he fled the battlefield to hide you and Lewis in Mortalis. He was captured on his return, and Abaddon gave him to his warlord Belazor so that they might learn of your location. He endured monstrous torments at their hands, but he never spoke a single word as to your whereabouts. Eventually, after many years of torture, he was able to disguise himself and make his escape. To this day, he is believed by our enemies to be dead. Through sheer force of will, he had projected his spirit into the nearby form of a small stone effigy.
Scree. Why didn't he say something?
It is not his way. Do you see now why you must go on?
I'm scared, Arella.
You must not be. This is your destiny, Jennifer. Are you willing to continue?
I guess so.
Ladyship.
Loyal Abdazur, guide Jennifer on into the realm of Aether. Abaddon has bestowed a dark gift upon its people.
But, only if you're not sick of the sight of me.
It would be an honor.
This makes me glad, but hurry. I may not have a presence in the Nexus by the time you return. Go now.
I'm not sure actually why she wouldn't have a presence, considering by that point we'd have sorted out 3 worlds. But anyway, that's aside from the point. Okay, I'm going to quickly say there is a little cut coming up. I went off down one of the side rooms to see if there were any extra cards, and I ended up back at the start area. So ignore the cut. Right, the cutscene we've just seen is one of 2 or possibly 3 in the game that kind of show the really good storytelling. The part about losing all our armies to save 2 children, the whole thing to do with Abdazur's scree. I really love that cutscene. There's something about it that still makes the hairs in the back of my neck stand up. I also kind of imbibe Scree with, I don't know, a friend status. I think he's certainly more than just a little sidekick now. You really do start to reach that point where you're beginning to have some kind of a connection with him on a deeper level than just, I'm stuck with him. Which I think is one of the things that makes this game stand out. Anyway, following through the whole section, and we'll make our way through to Aetha, the next of the worlds.
Nope, don't like it. Let's go back to the beach.
This is Aetha, Jen. The realm of treacherous mountains and even more treacherous people, the Wraith.
And it's aligned with chaos, right?
In Solum and Aquis, Abaddon was trying to overturn the natural balance. But Chaos was already drawing power from here. Doubtless, Abaddon's plan for Aetha has simply been to tighten his evil grip.
Just a wild stab in the dark, but I'm presuming these Wraith aren't exactly going to be our bosom buddies.
We will have to be extremely careful here, Jen. But there are 2 castes in Aetha. Up there live the Wraith aristocracy. We must really beware of them. They are decadent and dangerous, true enemies of my lady Arella. However, the Helot, living in the village over there, are rather different. They live in squalor, oppressed by their rulers. I think they're too downtrodden to pose us any threat. At least that's how things have always been. But as we've seen, none of the realms are as they were.
Ah, don't sweat it, Rocky. We're on a roll. So, where to?
We should make our way out of here and round to the village.
And that's a pretty good point to cut off the video, which is what we're going to do. I've been Keric the Pally, this has been Primal. You have a good evening.